So I get home and I'm greeted with this little note. So what do? First thing I did is undo those plastic screws. Here's the kick plate or base plate that go in those holes right there. Just a simple screwdriver will pop that off and they attach there and there. When I looked under this, you can already see that plywood and it's gotten wet. My wife turned on the dishwasher and water was just pouring out, so she just turned it off. When you got a problem like this, first off is your water inlet comes in through this elbow, so you can check there. I actually have this inlet attached to a copper pipe. Another place you can look here is wherever you have a hose. This is the drain hose and comes off the bottom of the dishwasher to here. So that could be a place where it's leaking. That right there is another connection where this is like an extension to the drain hose. As luck would have it, neither one of those are our issue. The first thing that happens is the dishwasher drains, so it was draining and this was not leaking. And then as soon as it switched from the drain mode, taking out any dirty water or extra water that was in the bottom of the dishwasher, it turns on to supplying water. There was no water leaking out of here, but when I turned it on, there was a ton of water leaking out of that area over there. And it wasn't like one single drip, it was just like a raining water. So that's the pump housing underneath the dishwasher. And so those are all your places to check. And so for me to get to the issue, first thing I do is got to disconnect the electricity. So I'm going to go to the breaker box and turn that off before I can disconnect these wires in here. 15, 16, there's 17. Turn that off. I'm just going to go take that screw out. Even though I turned it off with the breaker, it's never a problem to double check. It's got no power, so we can disconnect those. I'm going to disconnect this because I have this is a brass elbow to a copper pipe, and I don't want to put a lot of tension on that, so I'm going to disconnect this right here. This is your inlet. I'll take my channel lock. Note to self, turn off the water supply first. That's that right there. And so when I disconnect that, disconnect the electricity, and then I may, depending on how much room I may have to, there's a drain hose coming into the cabinet and it goes right there, so I may have to disconnect that. I'm going to first see if I can pull it out and leave that hose attached. But if not, then I'll have to disconnect it either here or underneath, depending on how far I can get the dishwasher out. So let's go disconnect the electric and this, and we'll pull this dishwasher out and see what we're looking at. The final thing I want to do is open up the dishwasher here. The actual tub itself, the whole dishwasher is anchored in by that screw into this strip. So we're going to take that screw out and that screw out. Now the same thing on this side. Take a peek behind here and see. I got some room. Door down on the towel itself. All right, let's see what we see here. So this is where the water was coming from. Oh, all right, so I can put my finger right through this boot here. And how does that come off? That looks like that is crimped on at the factory. That crimp right there. Huh. Well, that's a pain. That's where all the water is coming from. On the back side of this, I'm sticking my finger right inside that boot right there. So super weird that would just fail like that. There you can see, here's the boot that we saw at the front, and that was not leaking. Here's the inlet for the water, that wasn't leaking. This right here, leaking like a sieve. So that's how you diagnose a leaking dishwasher. Now we're gonna have to see what this whole part costs and then go from there. Hope this video helps. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you in the next video.